Hello, my name is Sean Roman, aspiring software engineer. I'm going to apologize in advance for my camera blurriness. I'm working on getting a new camera. Right now, this one is, for whatever reason, blurry, and it's a new camera. So that's been fun trying to figure out and troubleshoot. But I do apologize for that. But right now, today, I'm going to show you a little bit about um, our React project that we've done. One of my more favorite projects because I think this is kind of integrated in how a lot of web pages are going to be designed. Normally, through probably Sprint 1 through 10, 11, we were using a simple format, which was used a lot back in the day when, web pages, the internet, all of that was just in development and coming out. Where we would have our HTML separated. Right now, you can see my HTML is really small. This just looks like a basic HTML format. And the reason for that is you're going to find most of your HTML throughout either the JSX, which you can see there's a lot of different coding here, but then we get into where a lot of the divs and a lot of the contents of the page are being held right now. And React is really cool. Prior to React, website interactivity was delayed. It could be a little laggy, and with any click, doesn't matter what you clicked on, the entire page could refresh, and that's because everything was paired within the index HTML as well as the CSS. With the introduction to Ajax and SPAs, refresh rates were managed, and later on down the line, React provides a method and a means to kind of do that with JavaScript, where you're including a lot of that in the page development, the page design. Um, CSS is still separate, but they're stored in separate JS files that, you can see app.css here has some of those styles for the app.jsx. So these break things up in different blocks or what are called components. Pages like Facebook, Instagram, Figma, which we use a lot here, would not be possible without that kind of format and that React format that we're seeing here. So this pioneered JavaScript, HTML, and CSS integration, making websites a little more lightweight. So when you load something, it's not loading all of the resources at once, it's loading what's needed. And with the help of a couple of different things like APIs and just different sections and blocks within these components, um, that's made a little bit more manageable for serverless. So it makes it a lot easier, and it's really cool to kind of see in action. You can see with a lot of this right here, we're integrating our HTML with our JavaScript, and that just lightens the load on the website and the server when it's being loaded by the user. One of the coolest things about this project, though, I think, was just coming up with the unique sections and seeing how some of our more, I don't want to say primitive, but some of our beginning learnings with HTML were adopted and integrated into the CSS, and overall just makes the website a little bit more manageable. You can even see it when you open it and run it. Things just open up. Before we were just opening up normally with the go live down here. Uh, Prior to that, it would take a little bit of time for things to load. And then when you make some changes, they don't always reflect right away on the web page. So all of that was really noticeable. And I've noticed with the last couple projects that I've done with React and that integration, it really makes that load time so much more so much quicker, and it's a really cool unique function of web development that I've learned over the way, and have really enjoyed kind of breaking that apart and starting from the beginning, and just moving into the more advanced right now. Pioneering that integration between HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. That just basically, like I said, breaks everything down into functional blocks. These blocks are called components. So you can see all these components on the left-hand side here. You've got your footer, you've got your header, item cards, item modals, all of that, modal with form, profile. All these are components. The app.jsx is the main trunk for all of these to run through. So they're all referenced. You can see imported up here through the app.jsx. App.jsx basically just manages all of the components into its own unique function where they all talk and aren't necessarily all loaded at the same time, which makes it much more reactive and quicker refresh rate when it comes to just opening up the web page like normal users do on an everyday basis. This helps. React manages this, and it takes more of a declarative approach. Basically, what that means is it describes the outcome of each routine and each click or each opening of a modal or what have you, instead of basically going through that routine on a step-by-step basis, which is more of an imperative approach that the older styles had, where we just created all of our index.html in one file and then all the styles in another file. Having everything in one spot like that really just puts a lot of load on the server, and there's just so much more that it needs to load. So having that kind of React integration, especially with modern day websites, modern day apps, and things like that, is definitely imperative and definitely a unique process that, in full, definitely has evolved web development past what it was initially and fundamentally. In conclusion, though, one of my favorite things about this program is just learning all the unique functions and where to place things. React really kind of opens your mind. It opens your foresight into what's happening on that web page. And there's a couple of quick, easy, unique tools that you can use, React being one of them, to make that server load and that load time for your user, whoever's using the website, so much more less and just so much more user friendly and manageable. So I like that a lot with this one specifically, and the structure and all of that you can see right here. That's basically my React demo. So I appreciate it. Thank you.